I am making meals for a month's supply of food to have each day in the month. So what I'm having is I have pretzels and I have candy and I also have onion dip. So this is a creamy onion dip, and it's from the Utz brand. And what I like to have, why I have the pretzels and the candy, and this is so good because it really it helps me to use less gas. It also helps me to use less electricity, helping me to just basically decrease on my electricity bill or on the gas bill. Well, it decreases on electric bills and gas bills. So, um, if I have dry food, it really helps because I can just have the dry food. I don't have to put anything in the refrigerator. I can just go directly into my cabinet and I can just have dry food. And I can have that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Certain times I do have, I'll have maybe different options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but this is a good option that I have. Sometimes I have the same meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner each day of each month, or sometimes I'll have more so of a stylized more. It's more. Sometimes I have more specific breakfast meals, and sometimes I have more specific lunch meals, more specific dinner meals. So that's what I do. And like right now for this month, what I'm doing is I'm just having all dry foods, and then I'll have hot temperature foods within 3 days of the month. And then I can just have hot food, either using my apartment gas supply for the hot foods, or I can just go to a restaurant and get hot foods, or I can just order hot foods. I'll just use my phone. I'll dial a number, and I can call for a home delivery. It can either be Chinese food, pizza, whatever I prefer to dial. So what I'm doing is I have pretzels here. So I have a pack of pretzels, and I'm adding it with candy. Well, this is a chewy candy, but I'll show you a more. This is the candy piece. So I'm putting this and the candy piece together, and the reason why I'm putting it together is because I enjoy having just salty food, and then I like to have the sweet food. So then I put the salty and the sweet together, and it makes a nice sweet and salty taste. So it's so good to have together. I really enjoy having it together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make different packs of the salty and the sweet. So I have these packs here. As you can see, this is just all the packs that I've made. And I like to use, what I'm using is I'm putting it in my storage bags. First, what I'm doing is I'm wrapping it inside plastic wrap, and then I'm putting it into bags. And what I'm going to do is inside of my sandwich bag, I am going to put 3 of the pretzels and the candy together, and I'm putting 3 in each bag. The reason why I'm putting 3 in each bag is because what I'm doing there is it's going to supply me with 1 day of food. So that's why I'm putting it 3 in one bag. And what I have in my freezer is I'll show you just a pack of a hot food temperature food that I have. But what I do is when I put it, I like to have the hot temperature food because in the freezer, because it's a great way to store just a hot food meal, or a food that you would like to have that's hot. I like to put it in the freezer. Or sometimes you can have hot food meals that were already made, such as like hot pockets. Those are really good to store inside of a freezer. But you can always make your own hot food meals. You can cook the meal first and then you just store it, which is what I did. And that's what I like to do with, for instance, like Chinese food. I put because Chinese food, when you order the Chinese food, it's so much Chinese food in one pack. So what I do with the Chinese food is that I just divide the amount, and I just divide it into smaller amounts, so that I can have it. So I can have several meals with that huge pack of Chinese food. But I'll show you an example of the Chinese food, the Chinese food that I do have. Or just like a hot food meal that I do have stored in my freezer. This is an example of a hot food meal that I have in my freezer, and what it is it's greens, and then it's also like a patty, like it's kind of like a mini beef patty, but it's not a beef patty because it has pork in it, but it's similar to it. And instead of it being an actual the size of a regular beef patty, it's a triangle size, and it has meat. It has meat in it, and it has other nutrients in it too, meat and ingredients in it. But it's in this one pack. So when I want to have this, I'll just go and I just defrost the meal, and I just have the meal like that. Oh, and also another thing that I do too is I like to, when I exercise, I like to have just food after I exercise. It's always good to put the nutrients back into your system, back into your body after you're finished exercising. So what I did was I took granola, and I made like a homemade granola. I bought the ingredients, of course, but I just made my own trail mix. So I bought peanuts, I also bought raisins, and I also bought Craisinettes. Or it's just the dry cranberries, dried cranberries. So I mixed the peanuts, the raisins, and the cranberries, and I put them, the dried cranberries, and I put them together. So this is the amounts that I made. So that's my exercising food. So every time I exercise, which is 3 days in the week, so 3 days in the week, and that can be 20 minutes each for each day of exercising. And after I exercise, I'll stretch, and then I have a good snack. So I'm just gonna make about 2 of these for you to see, and then I'll just say my goodbye. So I have my pretzel, and I have candy. information about what I said in my video or any material that I used in my video, do contact me on Twitter, here on Twitter, either, well, Twitter, or you can contact my email. My email is Nia Stephens email at gmail.com. So that's NIASTEPHENS email EMAIL at gmail.com. So I will see you, well, or maybe not, but have a great day. Bye. Thanks for watching.